Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you so much to all my subscribers, and if you are joining me for the first time, if you are new to this channel, welcome honey, welcome. Please hit the subscribe button and join my beautiful family, and let's get right into the video. Now I want to save you your coins, okay? Baby things come at such an expense. There's nothing that hurts like regretting ever buying a product or not knowing if a product is going to work, if you need it, and especially if you are a new mom. Before I had my daughter, I was so worried that I didn't know what else to buy, you know, apart from things like just clothes, because you know that your baby's gonna need clothes and your baby's gonna need blankets. Apart from those things, it's just kind of like, what else do I get? You know, what if I waste money buying things that I actually do not need? So in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you baby things and baby essentials that have worked for me for quite a long time and that have never been a waste of my money. Some of the things I still use even today. I honestly don't regret buying the things that I bought for my baby. I hope the sound is okay. I have the fan on. Honestly, it is so hot. Item number one is a nappy bin, right? You are going to need a nappy bin. This is the one that I use. It comes with reusable scented bags, which is a plus. Listen, just because a baby is a baby, it doesn't mean that their poop doesn't smell or it smells like roses and honey. And no, it really doesn't. It's poop and it stinks, and you're gonna have a whole lot of poop when your baby is a newborn, right? They feed very often, they poop very often, and you're gonna have nappies full of poop in your house, and you don't want your house to be smelling with poop. So a nappy bin, that's where a nappy bin comes in. But I do recommend that if you don't get a bin that comes with bags, there are bins that just are kind of like buckets. Do get what are these? Do get the disposable nappy bags with scent, right? Because what they do is they knock all the bad odor in to make sure that your house stays fresh, like you don't smell any poop, right? You're going to need a nappy bin for as long as your baby wear nappies, so that is never going to be a waste of your money. Item number two would be a baby carrier, okay? So babies, especially when they're small, want to be held most of the time. They are unable to self-soothe, right? When they're still very small, babies are unable to self-soothe, and you know, they want to be in your arms, they want to be in your chest, closer to you. When you're going somewhere and you just tuck a baby inside of you, or you're busy around the house, put baby inside the carrier and you can move around with the baby, okay? They come in so many different forms and shapes, so you can get whichever one you're comfortable with. But a baby carrier is something that I really do recommend. Another item we're going to move on to is a nursing pillow. Listen, let me tell you, my daughter is 10 months and I still use this even today, okay? So when baby was still very small, I used a nursing pillow mainly for myself, for support when feeding the baby. But the good thing about a nursing pillow is it is multifunctional, okay? As she grew up, I used the nursing pillow to do tummy time. I used the nursing pillow to just for her to chill. It's like some sort of a couch outside because it has that support on the sides. You know, when you place baby on the pillow, especially when they're kind of like grown, they tend to roll over and they can easily fall. So a nursing pillow is very good when it comes to that, because it supports the baby that they do not even fall, right? And I mean, it's even much better when baby is able to hold her own bottle, because you just place them on the pillow and you give them their bottle and they feed. The pillow does so many things. Honestly, it's very useful for mom and it's useful for baby. That's a plus. That's an item you really want to get. So I'm going to move on to products, baby products and medicine. But before I get there, I want to touch on, I'm not gonna do a clothing or blanket haul because I kind of feel like, you know, we all know the clothes the babies need and the blankets babies need, but I do want to touch on Bibs, because I mean I have experience now with baby Bibs. Okay, the first Bibs I ever bought for my baby were the ones that are just like the towel ones, right? And she had really bad rash on her neck, on her chest. It was just really bad and it was never going away. So babies drool a lot, babies vomit a lot, they're just frequently wet, you know, and it's just always moist. Expect saliva to always be just drilling out of your baby's mouth. So the Bibs that do come in handy are the Bibs that are waterproof, right? The Bibs that are waterproof underneath to sort of prevent all the dampness and, you know, from getting in touch with baby's skin, and that is going to help you to prevent rash, right? And another Bib I want to talk about is this one. This is a silicone Bib, so this is useful for when your baby starts feeding, right? This Bib, oh my goodness, such a good invention, right? Because first of all, Bibs get so stained with food stains, and Bibs are so hard to get rid of, and you know you don't want to be buying Bibs each and every month just because they now look really bad. So when feeding baby, I use this. This is good, one, because of the material. This is silicone. Each time after use you just wipe it off and everything just comes off. And when feeding the baby, see, it kind of has this pouch thing here. The food spills, this is where they go, right? So this Bib is just so perfect. It doesn't create a mess and it actually is convenient in that way, right? So now let us move on to baby medicine. The worst thing that can happen to your baby is your baby getting sick, right? But before we get there, let's just talk about the common things that all babies get, whether bottle fed or breastfed. Let me tell you, colic is what troubles a lot of babies when they're still small. How I treat colic is that I use colic drops. I use these ones by Telemint. So these drops work wonders, you guys. Even when, say, her bottle falls or she shakes it and it gets bubbles and everything, a drop of this into her milk, all the bubbles go away, right? So I do recommend these drops. I've never used another brand, so I recommend this brand because I'm familiar. And then babies tend to struggle with constipation. Okay, still on that, here is another thing that I think kind of helps with colic as well. This is an antacid, and I use this in combination with the colic drops to treat constipation, and it works wonders. Another common thing that babies do get when they're still very small is fever. Babies heat up quite often. I honestly don't know what causes it. Sometimes it could be the heat or whatever, but you know, babies do get fever. And in case that you suspect that your baby has fever or that your baby has pain, you can give them Panado, right? Panado is a must-have for someone who is a mom. You're going to need this for when your baby heats up. You're going to need this for when, say, your baby starts teething or whatever pain you think your baby might be experiencing. Panado really helps. Another thing I wanted to talk about while still on fever is a thermometer, right? So this comes in usually this small packages where you get like a thermometer, a nail cutter, a hairbrush, a comb and whatnot, but this is an essential, right? Because sometimes you don't know, you can't figure out what is wrong with your baby, and sometimes it could just be that they have fever, they're very hot, their temperature is high or elevated, or whatever the case may be. And so this is going to help you to determine if your baby is sick, because you know if they are, then their temperature will always tell you. Okay, and then along with the kit that came with this was a nail cutter for babies, right? Now, babies' nails grow each and every day. You cut their nails today, their nails are long tomorrow, okay? And a baby nail clipper, I think, is different from the one that we normally use. I think this one is much sharper, because you know when they're still newborns, their nails are they feel rubbery. Yeah, rubbery, and you can't use just any nail cutter or a nail clip to cut their nails, and you have to be very careful when using this not to cut the baby. The thing that you're going to need as well is this. You're going to need a syringe, because let me tell you, as small as these babies are, they can tend to be very stubborn sometimes, you know, and sometimes baby doesn't want to take medicine when you try to feed it to them. So what's good is that, and that's the disadvantage of using a spoon, but what's good with the syringe is, even if baby doesn't want to open up their mouth, you can just stick this thing on the side and push the medication in, right? Also, just in terms of like getting the proper measurement of the medicine that the baby's supposed to take. Okay, next item is an immune booster. This is an immune booster. It boosts your baby's immune system. It is fortified with vitamin C to help prevent colds, coughs and flu, and it's just also just for healthy growth, right? If you take your baby to creche or daycare, I highly do recommend this. Babies do get sick there, my goodness, and just give this to them every day. Or if you know, during like change of seasons, babies tend to get flu is the last thing you want to have on your baby. Give them this, and this is going to help prevent such sicknesses. And while we're still on flu part, I want to talk about this nasal spray, right? One thing I love about this is that it comes with a nozzle that it's just so easy to use. You just insert this inside baby's nose and you spray just like that. Okay, and this spray, oh my goodness, this spray works wonders. There's nothing as painful as having a baby that is congested, that is clogged inside their nose, and you know, you're watching your baby breathe through their mouth because they can't breathe. My goodness, flu is such a harsh thing on babies, I don't want to lie. And this thing, when the minute you spray it inside your baby's nostrils or your baby's nose, everything just comes out and they get relieved from the congestion. Oh my goodness, I love this product for that. And if you're worried about sensitivity, this is the mildest nasal spray you can get because it's only just seawater, so it is really safe and it is convenient in that way. This is a must-have product for moms. Start teething, they really get uncomfortable. Panado is going to help in managing the pain. And then what I like to use on my baby's gums is tea gel. This tea gel for gums, which kind of helps with the pain as well. And then I use teethers. You know, you can put them in the freezer, or in the fridge, to kind of make them cold and give them to baby while they're cold. It really helps with just with the pain in their gut. That I'm not forgetting anything. If I am, I'm going to add it on the description box below. Let's talk about baby car seats and baby cots and all those things. My thoughts on that: the essential thing is a car seat and maybe a stroller, right? Because those are the things you can use from birth until baby is like really grown. When it comes to a cord, that's something you can, if you are on a budget, you can maybe buy it after 3 months or something, because when your baby is still a newborn, they feed in 30-minute intervals, in an hour intervals, in 2-hour intervals, you see. So they feed quite often. You don't want to have baby's bed and then you be sleeping elsewhere, waking up every 2 minutes to go and feed the baby, right? Or I mean, you can get the cord and have the cord just right next to you. But when baby is still very small, you can just co-sleep with the baby. All right, so that is what I did. It worked so perfectly for me, especially if you're breastfeeding. Sometimes, I mean, you can even breastfeed while you're like asleep or something, because baby is just right next to you. Okay, I highly do recommend co-sleeping with the baby while the baby is still very small, and then you can transfer them to their crib once they have like sort of grown up. Thank you so much for watching this video. I tried to just kind of pick a few products that I think are like the most important, you know, and yeah, let me know in the comments section below what other baby or mommy videos you would like to see. Could be routines, just really anything about motherhood and parenthood. Again, thank you so much for watching, and may God keep blessing you, and I will see you on my next video. Bye.